Is AM Cafe, and the segment is the guest segment. Joyce, you're back. Let me start by greeting you.
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It's a beautiful morning over here.
It's a very beautiful one.
Over here, and it's fresh and cozy and all of that. I
Yes.
hope that we all are enjoying our time at home. I am Joy Akiola. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, my name is Olasokomi Oyebayo, and like we normally do on this segment, what we do is the guest will help us look into a trending issue. So it's a pleasure welcoming our guest into the studio this morning. He's a member of the civil society organization. He's a social analyst, and what he's going to help us look into is a statement credited to INEC. About 4 days ago, INEC came up and said, we are not going to use university lecturers as returning officers again. But just before then, I went down into the archives and I saw some statements. Like in 2019, January to be precise, like this, that was when Professor Mahmoud Yakub warned the Vice Chancellors not to nominate card-carrying members of political parties as returning officers. He said this much in 2019 rather. And somebody, a senator in Abia, Northeast Senatorial District, after he won an election, warned that, INEC should desist from using lecturers. And we know what followed that thereafter a professor of soil science was jailed 3 years for election manipulation. This was in 2019 as well. And so many others will remember so many things that happened here and there. Now INEC said, for what we're going to do in 2023, we're going to look inwards. Our staffs will be our returning officers. This is what we'll be looking at today. And our guest is a comrade, Comrade Wahid Lawal. It's a pleasure having you in the studio today.
Thank you so much
for having me.
And this is the first time we are meeting in year 2023. We thank God and we must appreciate you for your efforts and your assistance in the past years. We say a very big thank you on behalf of the Director General
and
the entire management. Yeah, thank you for coming, sir. So this is our topic today. INEC not using university dons as returning officers.
Well, INEC has that prerogative of power,
okay,
to choose whoever they want to
engage.
INEC, by their names, Independent National
Electoral
Commission, should be seen as an independent
body,
agency of government.
Okay.
That is an unbiased umpire.
Okay.
So now, and whether we like it or not, all of us, we are all political animals.
Whether we like it or not.
Whether we like it or not, we are all political animals. So there is none of us that you may not be a partisan.
Okay.
But your minds and everything will be tilted towards, these people, okay, what they are doing, I cherish it, I like it. You are supporting them, whether they're relay or indirectly.
Okay.
But INEC should be seen as an umpire that is unbiased. So in a sense, when they've tried the lecturers and the result they were getting is that some of them can't carry members of some political parties. And they can ask the right to now say they are going to look inward. But the inward they are going to look into, they must scrutinize it very well so that they won't fall to the same pit
that they are running away
from. Because 2023 is so critical to Nigerians that INEC should not mess up.
2023 is so critical to Nigerians. Now, if 2023 is that critical to us, then as Nigerians, do we all see it that way, or some of us see it that way?
Definitely, all of us cannot see that way. But if a sizable number of us are seeing that way, then we work towards it. Nigeria is at the head, is at the head of a decision making now, because Nigeria is at the verge of collapsing, and we don't want Nigeria to collapse. So, and whether we like, we don't want military to come back. So, if we don't want that one, then we want free, fair, and credible election, devoid of any crisis, and that is why 2023 was so critical to us.
Now,
you want to ask a question?
I want to pick the point where you said, okay, we don't want any military intervention.
You don't want it.
And sadly, we heard the INEC chairman saying that it is possible for this election to be postponed or cancelled. And now the word cancelled might want to be something that is dancing around you, saying we don't want any military intervention. If the election is cancelled, and there is no hope for Nigerians choosing who they want, then what are we talking about there?
Well, if you look at the statement credited to Mahmoud Yakubu very well on that one, what he's saying is that the security situation
needs attention,
serious attention.
Okay.
So that we won't postpone or cancel the election. So, in a sense, he's sending signal. That is a warning signal to the federal government to be alive to their responsibility.
But sadly, this signal has been around often and often. It did not start
This is
today.
This is Nigeria.
It did not start
This
today.
is Nigeria.
Okay.
At the approach of an election, Nigeria system, they know how to do an emergency security.
Okay. Now don't let us go away from the topic that we brought here this morning. That's a topic on its own. Looking at security situation and electoral system as well. Now we are looking at the non-usage of university dorms. Now in the past, when in 2019 Professor Aitaru Jega said, he is the vice chancellor himself, he came from Abu, and he said, colleagues, I think we need to help the situation, and university lecturers are key into it. And we had so many of them doing very well, and some didn't do well as expected. This time around, we don't want them at all. And he said, in the National Coalition Centers, we're going to have our people. And he set up a 16-man committee headed by a woman, a national commissioner, and that is going to be what they're going to use. Now, the returning officers in states, you said you're going to use your staff. How many commissioners do they have? 16 of them are already into that coalition.
No, those are national commissioners.
That's what I'm saying.
They are resident electoral commissioners.
Resident electoral commissioners. Now, if resident electoral commissioners are to serve as returning officers, you said Professor should make sure he handle these people very well, because of the 12 apostles. Amongst them was our popular Judas. How are we going to do that?
Well, you see, even for Mahmoud Yakubu to be thinking about jettisoning the
usage of the university
lecturers, he must critique his own people too, because in their staffs, there are some of them who are card-carrying members of political party.
Among the next staff?
Yes, I must tell you. The president sometimes they go on to nominate a woman. It is the crowd of the people that make the Senate reject that name, because that person is a card-carrying member of a political party.
Okay.
And they still want to nominate him.
Okay.
We have similar situation in Osun sometimes ago when a name was forwarded. And there was a lot of petition that this person is a card-carrying member of the political party. So I've said it earlier on that we are all political animals. There is tendency that.
But the sociologists will say we see somebody that is fair making.
I don't deny that one. That's correct. But the reality is that your mind must have tilt towards certain things. You may not show it, but the reality is that INEC should be seen as an unbiased empire, so that we have free, fair, and credible election.
Okay.
That devoid of critiques from people, because if you posted a returning officer, there are certain people know that this man is a member of some political party before they appointed him as rec, there will be an issue. So I see no reason why he is totally decisioning the lecturers. I don't see the reason. There are some lecturers who are not carrying of certain.
Absolutely.
So all they need to do is to scrutinize properly and get a clean and credible people from the university lecturers and hand them to their staff. It is a national election. It is a general election in Nigeria, and it's not feasible that the staff of INEC will be enough to carry that assignment.
So I totally love what you said about your opinion on the lecturers. Now, the lecturers are known to, for Jega to even bring this idea.
That was Jega there.
Yes.
Now Professor Mahmoud.
Yes, for Jega to bring it up then, he knew that these people are experts, they are academicians, of course, we know their ability.
Even they have career.
Yes, we know their knowledge.
Protect.
We know their knowledge and all. We know that they add their career to protect. Now, if you know that not all of them, I think there are certain scrutinization that should be done to scrutinize. If you are picking 10, let's pick 20, scrutinize the 20 and still pick the best 10. Why are we just saying, oh, totally no? Now we know that INEC cannot do it all alone. There are people cannot do it all alone. Even for the National Youth Service Corps members, they have hired people also to help them to be ad hoc staff and all of that. Of course, not all of these people are right. Not all of these people are perfect. Not all of them have truth in them. But scrutinizing them and making sure that there are measures put in place to sideline things, I think this can help. So is it that there are no measures that can be put in place? Immediately you have been made a returning officer, you are all on your own. You can't be still checkmate at the process.
INEC has that power to checkmate them, except they want to deceive Nigerians.
Okay.
And I challenge INEC. Because when this idea of using university lecturers was mooted by Jegane, every Nigerians
we applauded
it. This is good. Yes. So you can, in the midway like this, you can't say you want to totally reject them. No.
Okay.
There may be bad eggs among them, but it is not the few who are bad. You cannot make
that is where I want us to go. Yes. That in the entire university system, a number of professors, a number of PhD holders within that system, we should be able to say 3, 4, 5, 6.
They are credible people. They are credible with the viewers. There are credible people there, except one person.
I don't want INEC to just write them off like that.
You can't just write them off like that, because you don't have enough manpower to prosecute this thing, except they want to deceive themselves. They don't have it. You want to use youth corps. These people pass through universities.
For sure.
Absolutely. Under this.
So whatever you are going to do, you just work in synergy with the university lecturer, so that we have free, fair, and credible election.
More so with the introduction of this Bermuda I know for sure that INEC is telling us that with the advent of beavers, election rigging is a thing of the past.
Yes.
If we want to accept that, then human input may not be anything
it's
to go back. What do you say to that?
You see, even elections are lost and won at polling unit.
For sure.
Because if you don't win election at the polling unit, forget it. You don't have election. So, and that is the place we are going to use beavers for the election. Who are those people money that place? It is the
ad hoc staff.
The ad hoc staff that you engage. So in essence, these lecturers, they were not criminals as you are thinking. We may have some bad eggs among them, but they were not totally bad. So I next should have a rethink and not totally petitioning the university lecturers in this coming election, except if they have ulterior motives. And
if they have ulterior motives,
yes.
What would that be?
My brother, we have in the last 8-12 years, we have been using these people as the returning officer.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we come from your dream and say,
if I want to go by what you have submitted here this morning, we said, okay, not all university lecturers that have been engaged in the past are bad.
Yes.
Okay. Now you said again that within this university system, there are people of integrity.
Yes.
Okay. Professor Mahmoud Yakub should therefore work with vice chancellors.
Yes.
How again do you think we can look into university system and bring out people of integrity to serve as returning officers?
Professor Mahmoud Yakub himself is a professor.
He is.
So it shows he's an academician.
Yeah.
So he should look inward within his colleagues. Some of them are contemporaries, some are seniors to him. Mm-hmm. He should call the edges head among them, leaders, friends, colleagues. Let's salvage Nigeria. Let us look inward in this university system and find the most credible and trustworthy people to assist us in this election instead of jettisoning the whole system.
At a point I was reading again that, instead of this, instead of that, why can't we use clerics? You laugh?
That one. We should not put
that into it.
Their image into the mud.
Okay.
They are men of God. Let them do their work.
Let them remain in their
because as I'm telling you, we are all political animals. Being a cleric doesn't mean you don't have somebody whom you trust.
We see them campaigning in churches.
So leave them to be doing their own work in their churches and mosques, even in their shrine. Let them be doing what they are doing there. That is the assignment given to them by their gods. This is Nigeria. Let the Nigerian agents put heads together and salvage.
Now I am looking at ASU. That's the body of the university does. That ASU is at forefront of talking about what happens to Nigeria tomorrow. And if you must come to equity, you must come with clean hands. How are they going to wash themselves clean of this allegation that, we're not going to use them because some of them are bad?
See, thank you that you come back to us. Maybe one of the problems Mahmoud Yakubu has that he said he's not using university is that in the last strike of ASU, the ASU president pronounced that they were not going to elect a certain political party in the next election.
Okay. Yeah.
So it may be from that statement that Mahmoud Yakubu picked. Okay, these people, they may be working against certain elements if allowed to work in that election. But be that as it may, ASU is a body of lecturers. Vice Chancellor, they have their own
body
too.
Yes.
Mahmoud Yakubu should work with the Vice Chancellor and look critically into the university system. As ASU were be on strike, there was another rivalry body that came up. Then, so they can still use part of these people to prosecute this election so that Nigeria will have free, fair, and credible election. So that we won't fall into another crisis before, during, and after that election.
All right. Moving on. Of course, I love that you've sorted out that. What's your take on the development so far concerning the election? I mean, election is near February 25. We are seeing it, and of course, with the information of the INEC officer, the INEC chairman, and even the negating stand of the president, who said, and even Lai Mohammed, who said no, the election is going to hold, and we are so sure. And even with the pronouncement of how people have been collecting their voters' card and have been prepared, what do you think?
You see, Nigerians, they were eager to go to the polls on February 25. It is the duty of government to provide security for the life and property of its citizens. So government should do the needful to make sure we have a level playing ground. Election will come and gone by February 25.
Nothing is stopping this election.
Nothing, except we want crisis, and we are not able to withstand.
Therefore, if we're going to have that election, we must call on all stakeholders that all hands must be on deck.
That's it.
Now, for somebody to say, oh, we're not going to elect, they have their voter card as well. I mean, university don't. You said we're all political animals, they are Nigerians, they have the right to vote.
Yes.
And if amongst them, they say, okay, this is where to go. They can say that as a body, yes, to themselves, and definitely they will have looked at the credentials of the candidates. Like a man compound. If the Balele comes around and said, oh, my brothers and sisters, can we go this way? We look at him for being a credible person. And if I also could, if NUJ could, if NMA could, then we are going somewhere. So what do you say to this? We are all stakeholders.
Exactly, we are all stakeholders. If the election of 2023, especially the February 25 election, is a determinant factor in where Nigerians go. You see, Nigerians, they didn't vote. They don't vote at all these years.
In the past?
In the past.
But now
they were ready. Because they have witnessed.
I asked you a question after that too. I'll ask you a question.
They have witnessed answers, bring back our guests, and all those things. And they were now part and parcel of the system. They want to be part of the determinant factor in Nigeria. So all stakeholders should please work together so that we have free, fair, and credible election content.
Yeah, my last question is this. If you have 50 of these youths that you are talking about, ask them how many of them have their PVC with them. They will say they have not registered. I asked a group yesterday, they are about 40, 45. I asked them, if you have a voter card, raise up your hand. Only 2 of them raised up their hand.
No, but
I do see that.
Great.
You see,
these are the youth you are talking about.
I must confess to you, the youth of yesteryears, quite different from the youth we are having today.
Okay.
A sizable number of them have collected their PVC.
Okay.
They may not be telling you.
Okay, let's leave it that.
Because some people believe they were always on social media.
Okay.
But now they want to prove them wrong.
Now we are saying here that what Nigerians are looking for and waiting for is free, fair, and credible election come February 25. We appreciate you for coming this morning.
Thank you so
We
much.
say a very big thank you to you for coming.
Thank you for
and to our viewers out there, we say thank you for staying tuned. This is where we're going to round up this morning until tomorrow when another group of people will be here for another edition of the program. We say have a blessed Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Diamande. Diamande goes down and there's a penalty. Under 1 minute, and Cote d'Ivoire have won a penalty after Diamande was brought down right here.
Yeah, but the question would be if he was offside or not when the initial ball got to him.
For now, the Ivorians would not mind this. Diamande steps forward, and Diamande makes it 1-0 for Cote d'Ivoire, his fourth of the tournament.
When the ball got to Diamande, he was offside. But once the ball got to him, you could see his skills. At the moments before the incident, he went past his man, only for Nigeria to recover.
To Lawali, who wants to go past Bamba. It's a clumsy challenge. Ingoran.
I think lack of communication in there, and it's almost as if Bamba is telling Ingoran that he had it covered.
Michael steps up. And it's a goal! He makes the impossible possible. Emmanuel Michael, we ruled him out. We thought it was impossible, but Emmanuel Michael has defied logic. He's really...
And it's an intelligent movement. Sometimes that is all you need. Just make that movement. Be the decoy.
Koulibaly committed that mistake that resulted in the fourth Burkina goal the other day. And it's Nigeria. Idris Abdullahi goes down. Yellow card for the Ivorian.
Always a dangerous one there when you're going into these races with attacker, because the ball is over the top there.
It is Emmanuel Michael, and Emmanuel Michael hands Nigeria the lead. Second free kick converted by the Nigerian.
It's a brilliant take by the man. Got the ball around the wall broke maybe. Actually the ball went through the wall, should have.
Yaya Lawale. Lawale swings the ball in. There's the header, and this is a third goal. Abdullah Idris. Beautiful connection. Well taken.
It's a brilliant take by the man. Got the ball around the wall broke maybe. Actually the ball went through the wall, should have.
Yawali swings the ball in. There's the header, and this is a third goal. Abdullah Idris. Beautiful connection. Well taken.
It's a brilliant take by the man. Got the ball around the wall broke maybe. Actually the ball went through the wall, should have.
Yawali swings the ball in. There's the header, and this is a third goal. Abdullah Idris. Beautiful connection. Well taken.
It's a brilliant take by the man. Got the ball around the wall broke maybe. Actually the ball went through the wall, should have. All right, good morning and welcome to your favorite sports program on OSBC. Every morning like this, I will give you something to enjoy with. It's AM Sport, and my name is David Ojo. Yes, today it's going to be a very different one. I'm not going to do it alone anyway. I have some sport analysts with me that we'll be doing it together on AM Sport this morning. Once again, I want to let you know that today is a special one, but because we've not had it like these on AM Sport. Yes, we have a female analyst and a male analyst, and we're going to do it together today. And you will definitely enjoy the world of sport on AM Express, AM Sport today. All right, on my right, I have Oluwadolapo Fayemi. It's good to have you on the show today, Oladapo. All right, it's nice being here, and it's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. December last year. This is last year. Maybe just a few weeks ago. Yesterday. Thank you for having me.
All right, Damlala, thank you for being part of the program this morning. All right, before we go straight into what we have for you this morning on AM Sport, I want to let you to know that the five-a-side competition, talking about the under 18 five-a-side competition, is still will still do it at the OSBC. Yes, the forms are out, and you have to come and collect your forms, because by 27th of this month, that is when we'll close the form. It's just 10,000 naira, and I'm telling you, it's going to be thrill funds and excitement for those that will be participating. And I must tell you that we'll showcase all the wonderful talents. I will make sure we'll take them to another level in the world of football. So it's 27th of this month when the forms will close, and on the 31st of this month, the draws for the under 18 five-a-side football competition that is organized by OSBC. Yes, OSBC. It's here, and we're going to play it in OSBC. I must tell you that it's going to be something you would definitely love. So come collect your forms, just 10,000 naira, and make sure you register your club. And let's see how those games will look like. All right, let's quickly just start with this one from the Nigerian scene. It's the Federation's Cup, and it's a good one. Yes, Dolapo. It's a good one for clubs right now. Before it was 120, 100. Now they've reduced the price. How do you see that?
I kind of feel like it is still okay, and if they get to go with something, and it is another means of encouraging sports generally in Nigeria. At least it gives them a hope of, if I participate well in this thing, I get to go with a particular amount of money that is sufficient to at least cater for one thing or the other. So I feel it's all right.
All right, Damilola, the competition will start February 18 to precise. You see lots of clubs are registering for this competition, looking at what has just transpired in terms of the finance.
Yes, the finance actually would have been a kind of a barricade, neglected a barricade for other things. But now since the fees have been reduced and has been put on a better side for teams to register, and it's a homegrown competition whereby you get to see our homegrown teams perform at their best, not the international period reason about other expenses. But since they're in Nigeria, I see a lot of things. I see this opportunity a lot of teams can participate in to see what they can give us in Nigeria.
All right, looking at the Federation's Cup, it's always an interesting one, no doubt about it, when you see two clubs from each state representing their state and making sure that making
actually see Nigerian clubs playing.
Oh, you know,
like competing. There was a time when I was in back home.
All right.
I was at the stadium once, and I think I was Wolves and Shooting Stars.
Okay.
And I was actually surprised to see the number of people that came around to watch.
Wow. Yeah, people turn up for.
I was really surprised. I used to feel like I didn't even know they played in-house competitions. I used to feel like it was only the Syria,
the MPFL,
the only one I thought I used to play.
Championship.
They used to play in. I think it was maybe secondary two or thereabout.
All right. Yeah, well, that's NFL for you. They're bringing this wonderful competition back and alive, and that is why we are seeing what is being transpired. Now it's a good one that they're reducing the tag, the money tag being placed on each club that will represent each state. Before the male counterparts will have to pay 120,000 for that club to register, while the female will have to pay 100,000 naira. But this time around, the males are paying 70,000 naira, while the females are paying 50,000 naira. All right, let's talk about this wonderful player. Talking about Ocean.
Victor is a very talented boy. He has put himself on that stage by even in Europe, not just in Nigeria. He's a big name in Europe already. A lot of clubs are looking for a signature. A lot of clubs want to put on their shirts, and Victor is very good. But just that thing at the moment is the transfer policy set by his club Napoli. It's just what has been hindering other clubs to make their advances and to make their approach towards them. But I think anything he goes to in Europe, we surely triumph and he do well for them.
Asking price from Napoli, £140,000.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Like
sometimes I just don't want
but the guy is really
to put it in naira form.
The guy is worth it. At least I've watched him play, and he's really worth it. It's just like an investment. You know, it is not going to
and it's quite young at the same time.
Exactly.
Oh yes.
So he gets to play for a long
That
time.
would be a very good thing. Any club that gets a signature is a good thing. It's a good bargain for them.
But do you think that Napoli will want to leave this wonderful player right now when it's still on fire? Currently, is the top goal scorer even in Italy, 10 goals.
Yeah. The thing is, clubs like Napoli, I won't really say they don't crave for success, but clubs like Napoli, they always tend to sell their good players to make some money where they can put into the club again to reinvest and do some other things. But let's say towards the end of the season, Osimhen should be gone. But a lot of clubs like Manchester United are looking for a striker dearly, so Osimhen will have to come in and just do that for them. So, but the price tag, the transfer market has obviously been done absurd since Neymar transfer saga. So I feel that price tag should be enough for if that should even come into place, 140 million, that would be most expensive African.
Oh yeah.
Not just Nigerian industry. That would be African industry. So Osimhen and Napoli usually have their ways of handling this kind of things. Just after this season, they get to bring success with Osimhen will be still favored to them.
Well, don't you think that that amount is too massive for a player like that?
You know, I think there was a Nigerian player who became very proud after they started bidding on him.
Oh yeah.
So I think it is left to him to like apply sense to it. Yes, it might be the highest bidding player currently. That doesn't mean that you should now, because of that, start flaunting it out there.
All right, let's see how it goes. Whether the likes of Manchester United, I know Chelsea is not part of it at the moment, but a lot of clubs are really looking out for this young lad. Talking about Victor Osimhen, and that price tag. Before it was 88 million. Next thing we saw was 100 million. Now Napoli is now placing an asking price of 140 million. So who's going to take this wonderful player, an aggressive attacker? We'll see when the competition keeps going on. All right, let's talk about this one. It's not a good one for Nigeria when it comes to refereeing. Yes, refereeing. The World Women's World. Talking about FIFA in December 2020. The Confederation African Football snubbed Nigeria referee from the list of the 2023 championship.
Africa, they basically have not put Africa on the limelight for a long time. This is not the first time since like this happening. I think it's high time that we Africans get to know we should get to know our value. We're actually capable of doing these things, but since a body like FIFA can't even consider bringing up African referees to this kind of competition, I don't know what else they want. I don't know what else they want from Africa. But our referees, I feel they're up to that standard, they're up to that level to officiate matches like this. But maybe the federation, even the Nigerian federation, are not trying to make things to work. I'm not putting the blame on them, but maybe they're not trying to make things to work. Maybe they can try to make things work better. Our officials can get represented in big competitions like the Women's World Cup and even the Men's World Cup at the same time. Our officials can get to do that. I believe they have the ability to compete and officiate in that kind of match, in those kind of tournaments.
All right, Dolapa, what do you think it's the problem with our referee, especially not only males, females referee as well?
I don't think there's a problem with them. I just feel like it's just this Nigerian thing.
Or politics.
They see exactly for Nigerian politics. So it is kind of weird that the Nigerian Football Association is not saying anything about it. Because consider the fact that most of these games, women bring the cup home. They bring the cup home. So I don't know why they are not saying anything about it. So I feel like if they are going to bring the cup home, they should at least have known faces among the crowd. People that they can relate to. They can easily discuss with, okay, fine, they are not supposed to be partial during the game, but at the same time, there should be somebody to relate to while you're on the court, actually, on your field, in the field.
All right, let's just move away from that referee, and let's see. We hope that what matters most when it comes to refereeing, it's not about you know how to run, it's not about you know how to blow the whistle, but it's about the technique. Do we have the techniques? Do we have the trainings for our referees? That's the question right now. And if you don't have those trainings, there is no way the CAF or FIFA will want to place you on a competition like that, because it's a competition that is very, very sensitive. And that is one thing that those that are concerned, especially with the referees in Nigeria, should look out to and see how they can train and retrain our referees, not only in Nigeria, but abroad, so that they can represent this country, and we'll be proud of them. All right, away from the referee, let's just look at this Youth Winter Olympics. Team Nigeria picks qualification ticket, and that's a good one. Well, I think those are the ones in at the other side of Nigeria are doing us proud by making sure that we qualify for the Team Nigerian callers.
Yeah, according to what I read, he said he suffered back-to-back defeats. He won't just qualify. Just qualify for the competition.
They actually did well qualifying for this match.
Yes, because winter competitions are not really our thing over here.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
But for them making that thing, I say kudos to them. Even though they don't get to get gold or get to anywhere, but at least for making the thing, making the list of returns in the Olympics.
By the time we start doing that in Olympics for maybe 4 or 5 times, and we'll get it right, and probably we might end up having medals, because it's not about football. Other sports can always bring medals, and that is what Sunday Diary should be looking at, and make sure that we focus on other sports activities. All right, let's quickly move away from that. Let's talk about Aruna. Yeah, is the one leading the African continent when it comes to tennis. This guy has been there for
so many.
For only God knows.
He has been there
for so many years. I really like that about him. He has been there for so many years, and he hasn't dropped that level of performance. He still remains at that top level. Even though he has so many rivals that are trying to bring him down whenever he gets in competitions, whenever he gets good for second place, but he's still up there at that level. And I really kudos to him, big ups to him, because he has really made us proud in Nigeria. So making into this competition now, I believe as well, he's not a little man, he's not a little boy in the sport of table tennis. This guy, I believe this competition as well will do us proud, because I always believe in Aruna Kodri. Aruna Kodri has never failed us Nigerians. Even though his competitors are there, his tough rivals are just from this guy from Egypt, Mercer from Egypt. I believe this time around we can do us proud once again.
So, what do you expect from Aruna this time?
Very best, because he has ever since I've known tennis, he definitely has been disappointed. So whoever Mercer is, Aruna is there to defeat him. So we're expecting the medal.
You're expecting the medal. All right, okay. Let's see whether Haruna will come with a medal for Nigeria in that competition. It's a competition that is always taking their rankings up, and anytime they go for that competition, the moment you win so many games, you get to move up your rank, and that is why it's always there. Aruna has been a spectacular tennis player for Nigeria. I can remember in 2012 Olympics in London, it was just too spectacular, and everybody was applauding this young lad. And he's still there as a tennis player, still doing it for Nigeria, and we hope that he will do it well for Nigeria. All right, let's talk about boxing. It's Anthony Joshua this time on the show. Denver.
Anthony Joshua, Ben Joshua, even though things are not working well for him at the moment,
he's trying to pick a new trainer.
Like we all know. And just like every other sports, once the performance is always good, they always go back to the management. What is happening in the management? Now he has probably seen it, maybe his trainer is probably not as good as before again, but what was good before no longer good. So him getting a trainer, if he feels that's the best thing for him to pick up to start his training camp for his fight ahead in April, yes, he should go ahead and do that, because if he continues to suffer back-to-back defeats in the time of boxing, that's not a good thing suffering back-to-back defeats in boxing. So if he feels getting a new trainer, what to get him back on his feet to be victorious, then he should go for it, pick it up, put it head into the game, and try to get the job done.
All right. Well, boxing in Nigeria has never been that interesting, especially the amateur boxing.
It look like child's play to me.
So,
it actually used to look like child's play to me. But then Anthony Joshua really, like, it's really set the
pace.
It really set the pace. And I feel like if he's suffering a setback right now, he just needs to like pull back and check what is going on, and then come back again with greater energy, because he's like, I know a lot of people that actually want to watch boxing because of Anthony Joshua. So I feel like if he decides to withdraw now, he's going to be letting down a lot of people.
But a lot of people were saying he was going to retire. All of a sudden, we now saw that he said
He
he's.
cannot retire.
Because a lot of people were saying, at what age are you retiring from? You are still at your peak, no matter what.
He needs to come back.
He needs to get his head back into the game.
He needs to come back better and stronger.
I agree with you better.
All right, I will believe Anthony Joshua, the one that loves Nigeria, he loves our food. You know, the last time he was in Nigeria and he visited the president of this nation, I was just laughing. The guy just prostrated and everybody.
It's surprising that I can have that Nigerian culture.
You know, everybody was just like, wow.
Nigerian culture in it. He's proud of this.
He did not lose the culture. It really makes sense that way.
All right, we're still behind you, Anthony Joshua. We'll believe in you. I will know that your next match, you'll do something proud, and Nigerians will smile once again and we'll see our champion. All right, let's just quickly, because of our time is running fast, let's look at the Carabao Cup. Yes, some games were played yesterday. Manchester United against Charlton Athletics.
I saw I was privileged to watch the game. I watched it live 90 minutes.
Alright.
In the first time, Manchester United actually dominant. Manchester United gave them the tough time. Manchester United put a goal in the first half. And in the second half, in the wee bits of second half, Charlton actually tried to put a lot of pressure on Manchester United.
And they actually had like 3 offsides.
Yeah, but pressure wasn't just enough. But Manchester United were able to come out strong.
Like
3-0.
Offside. Yeah, the last
from the
goal was
smashing it.
The last goal was not from here, because I wasn't even expecting it. It just came through like wow. I wasn't expecting them to blow offside actually, because it felt like it was an offside, but then they didn't.
But we got the job done.
All right, Manchester United there, 3 Charlton 0. Yes, and Manchester moved to the semi-finals. All right, let's talk about Newcastle. Has just been spectacular this season.
Even everywhere.
The league, they're there. In Carabao, they are also there.
See, I always see one thing in football. I always say to myself that money is never a bad thing. Now, Newcastle now they have the funds to do everything. They've gotten players that to suit their style of play. They have a coach that is committed. Players are committed to the club. They obviously will go for success.
Okay, in the Premier League, they have the right motivation.
They have the right motivation as well, because that money is motivating them. Just be honest. So the money is the motivation. See them winning against Leicester City yesterday. Before, in times of before, Leicester City again, like you always be like,
you give it to Leicester. Oh yeah.
But now in the league, in everywhere, they've been dominant, and I'm really saying, guys.
I must confess, Dolapo, Newcastle has just surprised me. You know, the game they play against Arsenal, everybody was expecting Arsenal to win. You know, and it was 0-0, and everybody was surprised playing against league leaders of the Premier League and having that scoreline, and I think it's a good one. All right, let's look at the games that will be played today at the EFL Cup. Nottingham Forest will be playing against Wolverhampton Wanderers. And this game, a lot of people have given it already to Manchester United, the one that will come at 9 p.m. Nigerian time, Southampton against Manchester City. Manchester City, they are destroyers.
Business as usual. I see the match.
They're just destroyers.
I see the match as business as usual. Manchester City again. Going ahead. The Carabao Cup, they made it their best try at the moment. They feel that best try at the moment, because now Manchester City every season back, and then Carabao Cup we get to go as far as possible. So today again, I see that business as usual. Manchester City closing on.
Yeah, I know Chelsea will never forget Manchester City, especially this season. They've been on top, the Chelsea team, and they've just demolished that team.
I'm actually beginning to wonder what is wrong with Chelsea, actually.
Well,
I used to know Chelsea.
The problem is Manchester City are just too good for them. They can't put up a fight.
I used to know Chelsea as to be because back then you see people shouting off blues, off blues. I cannot hear anything that looks like blues right now.
Well, when they are losing, nobody will shout off blues.
Let's become about them.
Okay.
All right, let's move to Italy and let's look at the Coppa Italia that was played yesterday. Inter Milan against Parma. Inter Milan won that game 2-1.
Yes, Inter Milan gave their fight because at the moment they were losing 0-1. They had the draw 1-1 and they won in extra time 2-1. So therefore, they gave the fight for that. They didn't let it go. They fought for it and they got that victory. I'm very, very proud of them because Inter Milan is the team that I love in Italy and they've gotten the job right. Moving on to the next round.
All right, moving on to the next round on Wednesday. Yes, let's talk about this one in Spain. The Super Cup. Real Madrid will be playing against Valencia. That's going to be another interesting game.
Yeah,
I'm actually looking forward to it.
I look forward to it because Madrid at the moment they are trying to get back in the World Cup. They're trying to get back their players, get back on their feet. So, but Valencia too can give them a fight. But I still believe the strong favorites to Real Madrid. They are strong favorites for that match. But let's see.
They're playing at home.
They're playing at home, yes. But let's see what will happen.
Don't be surprised.
It's football.
Don't say they are playing at home.
Well, but they have a very strong team.
That's a strong thing.
But overconfidence can be there.
Yes. But let's see what let's
they can get too confident.
Well, when it comes to Real Madrid, I hardly see overconfidence. But then, just like you said, surprises in football, it comes. We saw it in the World Cup, and who says it will not happen in the Super Cup? All right, let's quickly go to Coppa Italia that we played today. AC Milan will be playing against Torino. That's going to be another wonderful game. And on Thursday, quickly because of our time. We have Fiorentina playing against Sampdoria. Did you watch that match, Napoli-Sampdoria? That game that Victor Osimhen scored the first goal, and it was just too
spectacular. Osimhen is spectacular. I like the way he has brought up himself. Sampdoria, they're trying to give everybody in the match. I think they won that match 2-0.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they won the match 2-0. Osimhen has just been. I like the way he has been putting on efforts continually for Napoli.
Like
he's not letting down.
Make things better.
Even like better for them.
It's just like in the stages. If he wins the match for the club, he's also winning for himself.
Yes, just that way. They win for him.
Exactly.
And Napoli can go. Napoli presently are going on top of the league, so they can go on to win the league title.
If the club is bad, obviously
for him.
it's bad. So he just needs to put up the effort.
Keep on the performances. They are watching him.
All right, everybody's watching Osimhen right now, and we hope that it will do Nigerian proud and it will not lose form and it will stay away from injury. All right, before we go, this game, Real Betis Barcelona Super Cup, that will be coming up on Thursday. And this Premier League game, Fulham against Chelsea. Everybody's giving up against Chelsea right now.
I am a Chelsea fan actually. That is the truth. I'm a Chelsea fan, but I don't really think anything so far. I don't think we can actually do it.
It has not been going your way.
I think it has been our way so far presently.
All right, that's how far we can go on AM Sport this morning. I hope you enjoy this wonderful pair, Damilola and David on AM Sport. Join us same time next week when we'll bring you another.
صار في رصيد سيراليون 4 نقاط في المركز الثنائي الارتكاز جوزيف اريبو فيكتور اوسيمين سامويل شوكويزي وياناشو رباعي هجوم النسور النيجيرية في هذه الموقعة إذا تمكنت من الحفاظ على نقطة التعادل في هذه المباراة أمام النسور النيجيرية التي من دون شك روهر صاحب السر على 60 سنة المدرب الألماني الذي سبق ونشرف على بوركينا فاسو والنيجر والجابون أو في 3 مناسبات من أصل 18 مشاركة نيجيرية في كأس إفريقيا في 2009 كذا. ومشوار هذا المدرب الألماني لسامويل شوكويزي يهرب. شوكويزي نجم الفريق فياريال فيكتور اوسيمين هذه الفرصة من هذه الكرة نيجيريا في الذهاب فازت بهدفين، هدفي أوسيمين وسامويل كالو. الآن نيجيريا فرصة كبيرة لتسجيل هدف أول في المباراة، ومصلحته في هذه المباراة الهجوم وتسجيل الأهداف مهما كان. بالمقابل أداء مميز للسناجب البنينية في منافسة الكان الأخيرة 2019. تألق تونس في 2004. كرة تعود نيجيريا، فرصة لسامويل شوكويزي، تسديدة يا لها من تسديد يتجاوز عقبة تقريبا أضعف المنتخبات تأهلا. كرة أخرى خطيرة لويلفريد نديدي أوسيمين، والتسلل على فيك نيجيريا. طويل هذه الكرة من ويليام تروس إيكونغ، عرضة لفيكتور أوسيمين. المحاولة 11. تألق تونس في 2004. كرة تعود نيجيريا، فرصة لسامويل شوكويزي، تسديدة يا لها من تسديد